WFO Racing League's Wicked Wednesday Xfinity Series live at Iowa Speedway. And as we determined last night, DMS, it is in Newton, Iowa.
Newton, Iowa.
Newton,
just outside of, outside of Des Moines.
Yeah, 30 miles east of Des Moines, Iowa. So we're in Newton, Iowa right now, and we're not actually there, though. I'm not physically there. I don't think mentally we're in Newton, Iowa.
Mentally we're there.
That's right. So if you're in Newton, Iowa, we're mentally there with you.
Sort of.
Yeah. I don't think it entirely works that way, but hey, Talios, MMO, Misfits, who else we got in there? Kaisi, maybe? Tim Wilson, Aim Too Low. What's up, people? All right, we'll take the track information off. We don't need that no more, DMS.
I think we covered that. I think we covered it. We're somewhere near Des Moines.
Yeah, we're about 30 miles east of it. Newton, Iowa. Yeah, you got all your peeps in there, and we got all our peeps over here at WFO, and you got a driver out there tonight, too. Let's
I do?
No. I'm talking to MMO. He's got Brandon Storley, the 420 car. So he'll be making his first start tonight. He's here to support the 420 even though he don't inhale. I think we had a politician tell us they didn't inhale, right?
I think it was.
Yeah.
I did not have sexual relations. Oh, wait. President.
Well, I didn't inhale, though.
But I didn't inhale.
Interactive Mustang, MMO Interactive Mustang is the 420 car. He's not on the track right now, so I can't show that paint, but we'll be sure to show it in the, I don't know, I guess the first time we see it on track, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be the best time to show it.
Right now.
I got to keep up with the chat. We get so many of them in there, and it'll get going too fast for us, DMS. I'm going to have to
slow her down.
Yeah, I'll have to start clicking the slow-mo on. I never thought we would ever see the day we had to use slow-mo.
Well, we're not there yet.
No, we're not, but and you got to last Wednesday night, in fact, and I appreciate the hell out of you covering me there, but you got to get a really good example of what it takes to run the cameras and do everything that you need to do to see who's where. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the different camera angles.
I still screwed the hell out of it.
Well,
I screwed the pooch.
That's the biggest thing in this to get used to. So
the replays and the cautions. That's
the replay and caution's the worst one. Yeah, what I try to do is I'll watch that timing screen to see which car number's dropping the fastest, DMS.
Oh, usually that's the one that's hit the wall.
That's the one that brought out the caution. It works 60% of the time. It works every time. Hi, Cindy. Welcome to the stream tonight. Bill, welcome to you as well. And who? Did I miss anyone? I think I'm staying on top of it, but watching Dave Nestor in the 36 car right now. And it's just, I got the random camera on DMS, so it's just going to different cars. I call it the random cam. You get that camera anytime that you just get into iRacing and you're watching it go around. Just I leave it on that for the whole warm-up, which we only got about 30 seconds of that left anyway. And then we're going to do our starting grid tonight. And how many laps of racing do we even have?
One. -1, according to
the negative. Well, the negative.
Just saying.
Well, that's just for this session. They know they're not going to be able to make a lap in 10 seconds. So I think it's probably 145, 150. The hell, that page can't be found. There we go. Oh, 150 laps. 150.
150.
Yep, 150. 150. Nope.
150.
150. All right, that's the end of the warm-up session, so we're going to get ready for a starting grid, and I got to do a couple things. First off, my timing and scoring won't be in order, so we're going to restart that real quick. Get to the front of the field. We're going to pull up your starting grid right here. Starting P1 tonight, 31 of Richard Holland, his outside in second. Right there with the palm trees, that's the number 75 car, Chuck Sweeting. Third tonight, the Prime Drink Prime.com 17 car, the bootlegger Tommy Haynes. And his outside in fourth, you're going to see Dave Nestor in the Team Brunswick 36 car right there. Starting fifth tonight's going to be Dakota Floyd in the 24, and his outside in sixth, you'll see the 00 machine of Nick Hunt. Seventh tonight, the 56 of John T. Wimbish, and to his outside, this driver don't need an introduction. Nope, you know him. Who is it, DMS?
That would be Hal Amy.
Absolutely. So we'll get to our next couple here. Michael Atkins Jr. in the 41 car, and his outside in 10th is just Rick in the 10 car, so the 10 and 10. LZ Daly back here is going to roll out in the 11th spot, and he's going to have Johnson News 86 next to him. And 12th. 13th is going to be the 72 of Jacob Daniels, and to his outside in 14th is going to be Michael McCauley in the 81 car. 15th is going to be Vernon Markheim in the 23, and I'm going to have to get to the front of the field because they're going to get to race it. And to his outside in 16th, Burt Wilson in the 70. 17th tonight, the Coop, Bradley Cooper driving a 5 car, and to his outside in 18th will be Mike J. Mitchell driving a 2 car. Glenn Jaminson's going to roll the 63 off in the 19th position. And the 69 of Larry Dickerson, 20th. And rounded out the 21st starting position is going to be this driver and this car, the 420, 420 car, Brandon Storley. So that's your WFO starting field for Iowa with the Wicked Wednesday Xfinity Series. On a beautiful Wednesday evening. I had a ping pong ball size hail a couple of hours ago. So,
well, that always makes it a beautiful for a beautiful evening.
It's a beautiful evening when you get that. That's right.
Here's a beautiful beautiful
Yeah, exactly. Pace cars in.
Here we go.
And we're off and racing just like that right here at Iowa Speedway tonight. Newton, Iowa, to be exact. Holland jumping out in that 31 car to a quick start right here. He started P1, and look at the 17 of Tommy Haynes going to settle in second right now. Get back here. We got some cars side by side. Dave Nestor in the 36 car, and I don't know if Nestor just can't get her going good or what, but he's got that 41 of Michael Atkins Jr. about ready to knock a couple dents in the rear of that car. Hi, Denise. Hi, Vicky.
Hello.
See all these guys getting going there 2x2 back here a little farther, though. 86 car Johnson New. That guy had a hell of a run last night, DMS.
Yes, he did.
And I'll tell you, I don't expect him to be much slower here in the Xfinity car tonight, but we got 47 more laps to figure it out, right?
We'll get it figured out one way or the other.
Let the chaos commence. He hit the nail on the head, didn't he? We're going to take a look at that 420 car. A little closer look at that paint scheme for all the fans of Brandon Storley in the stream tonight. And he's first race at WFO, so he's taking it easy. He's got the car back here in the 20th position, and he's kind of staying out of the way right now. Look at Sweeting. He must have took the advice last night, and he qualified better tonight here. DMS, he's sitting in the third spot right now. But I'll tell you what, the leader's got a little pressure behind him watching that 17 car. Tommy Haynes putting a little pressure on the 31 right now. Two different lines for the top two cars. 31 running the bottom of the track. Top of the track, you see the 17 machine.
I get everybody's custom paint but his.
Oh, he raced last week in Dover, but I wasn't here, MMO. So he made a start last week. I wasn't here to see it, was I? That's what happened, DMS. You should have told me that feller started last week.
I just thought I'd let you go ahead and,
Let me jump off the cliff right there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, who needs enemies when I got friends like DMS here?
Hey, I mean,
it's not that bad.
It could be Nation.
It could be Nation. You're exactly right. What you're saying there, DMS, is it does, in fact, get worse. Just a little bit, but it does get worse. So 31 and 17 up here putting on a good show so far. Go back to fourth, Michael Atkins Jr. right there in the 41 car. And I'll tell you, the more laps this guy has back behind the wheel, he's a threat week in and week out. Battle behind him, though, 56 car. New paint scheme for that driver. Rocking the Valvoline paint right now. He's battling side by side with the 24 Dakota Floyd. And it looks like Nestor in the 36 car, he has her straightened out and working pretty good now. He's sitting right here in the 7th position, not too far behind those two in front of him. Well, I'm glad you guys got to catch part of DMS's stream. I know he did a kick-ass job last Wednesday night covering for me. So 56-24, possibly soon the 36 car. But look inside the top 10 right here. 3-car Hal Amy sitting 8th, DMS.
Uh-huh.
Having a pretty good run at Iowa so far.
He's doing a lot better than he did last night during the Truck Series. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he had pretty good
stuff. 11 laps down. Keep it up, Hal. If you remember last night, it was 3 laps in the race. And he got a little sideways there. He got in a little tangle. Seems like he's performing a lot better tonight.
A little side-by-side action there. And I believe that might be father-in-law and son-in-law with the 00 car and the 6 car. Nick Hunt driving a 00, LZ Daly in the 6 machine. Those drivers out of Texas. I think I got a guy in the booth out of Texas. We see John Sanu, though, in the 86 car, trying to work his way inside the top 10 right now. Driver had a good run last night and possibly one of the only ones I thought late that might have something for the winner of that event. I thought the 86 might have had something on the final restart, but he couldn't get it going on the short run, could he? He did great on the long run, but the 86 car he didn't really have it as well in the short run. But he's fighting to get inside the top 10 right now. He's got the 6 car there, and Sanu may very well take the position. Nope, not so fast, LZ Daly says. What the fuck?
There it is.
Are you reading that chat?
Cargasm here?
Having
a cargasm.
Having a cargasm, he said.
Nice.
How do you have a cargasm? Oh, Sanu,
I'm not sure.
Sanu wasn't the only one to get around LZ Daly there. It looks like Coop in the 5 car. Another one to get around there.
Yep. Coop's going to be fighting off John Sanu there for that top 10 spot.
I'm eating a taco in Brandon's honor. God damn. The boombox. Music notes on the hood and all. And I don't know if we got a chat going on or a race going on, DMS.
Yep.
I'll tell you somebody who don't want to be part of the race no more, though. That's the 31. He's checking out on these guys. Battles for second, though. 75 of Chuck Sweeting right there with the 17 of Tommy Haynes. And this is 1.1 About 1 second behind the leader. So,
yeah, Tommy Haynes, for some reason, I can never get his car to pull up. It's always white for me.
I don't know why that would be unless you don't have custom paints.
I see everybody else's
on iRacing.
Every week.
I got the 17 pulled right up.
No, I'm watching it on the stream, and I'm like, oh, that is a nice-looking car. But every week I got the same thing, white, and he's the only car.
He said MC Shea over there needs a cold shower over his cargasms on the 420 paint. Battle for second's a good one, DMS.
I'm watching it.
You see that 75 car, man. He gets
down in there, but he just not enough to pull it off.
He just can't get the exit right. He's got the entry. Now he's going to try the high line, a little higher than the 17. Drives it off the corner. He's going to get a good run down the front. Well, I won't call it a straightaway, really, but
yeah,
the front tri-oval.
The front,
yeah. The front-ish straightaway, maybe.
Yeah.
It does have a back straightaway at Iowa. It just doesn't really have a front straightaway. But this battle for second's been going on for a little while. The 17 of Tommy Haynes holding a position, 75 of Chuck Sweeting. The palm tree paint, because that's a Florida driver right there. In a 75 machine, showcasing
you got
all
the 420 going down on pit road already?
Yeah, we'll take a look back there and see. Looks like the 420, he's definitely at the bottom of the track, and he may be headed for the pits here. Not sure what's going on with that driver or car right now. Very slow getting to pit road. We're 22 laps in or 23 laps in. 420 is going to bring her down here. Alignment is off, is what MMO says is going on. So he's going to take it to the pit crew, DMS, and Jack's under it. So they're going to put tires on it right now.
Looks like he's got a little bit of rear end damage, too.
Yeah, a little bit of damage on the tail of that car. That might have been the trip to pit road right there. We might have missed the whole thing that went down.
Well, didn't pull out a caution.
I'll tell you what I'm not missing, though. This second place battle's still happening. You can go away from it, you come back, and the battle's still there, DMS. It's like
still
magic.
There.
Like magic.
And I...
Scrape
correct
the wall
me if I'm wrong, but it looks like a little bit of Michael Atkins is catching up just a tad bit.
Yeah, I've been watching the lap times. They're all three really close. 25-0, 25-1, 25-1, 25-1. So your top five are actually right around the same number. You got a 949 out of the leader, 987 out of second, a 103 in third, and a 116 back and forth with a 130 in fifth.
Thinking that the 31 car there, Richard Holland, I'm thinking he learned something last night. Like, let's not get behind anybody.
Well, he watched that 7 car take off, or that 7 truck, and man, he's I think he learned at him something, DMS.
I think so, because he had a hard time last night trying to pass anybody, and tonight, no worries.
Yeah, and
it's not hard to pass if you're out in front.
The crazy thing, though, is to see how close these lap times are. I mean, just mostly in the top 5 here. These guys are all in the ones, and they're very close together. So, actually, Holland, the fastest one, the last lap, he was in a 0. 0.43 out of him, 140 out of Haynes, 144 out of Chuck Sweeting. I mean, just really close numbers right here. That time, 2 zeros. I seen 3 zeros, 047, 077, 077.
Yeah, but Chuck Sweeting had a 25.077.
Well, they're all at 25. 25.047, 25.077, 25.077, 25.182. That's your top 4. And the only 0 that time was Richard Holland at a 0.78. We'll quit confusing the people. They can't see them numbers we see. So, going back to the front of the field, 31 of Richard Holland. He's led every lap so far since the drop of the green flag, and he's trying to just check out, head to his different zip code. Meanwhile, second place can't get us sorted out yet, DMS. Tommy
They're
Haynes.
still battling for it.
Yeah, Tommy Haynes' 17 car has it. The 75 of Chuck Sweeting may or may not want it. I don't know. He hasn't taken it yet. You go back to 4th, you see the 41 machine right here. Michael Atkins Jr. And he's running similar lap times, but the thing is you need to be about a 10th faster every lap if you're going to catch up with these guys. Go back, find a 24 car Dakota Floyd. He's going to round out the top 5 right here. Running in the 5th position. So Dakota Floyd having a good run last night. We've seen his teammate have a good one last night. And I'll tell you, his teammate's having another good one tonight. We're about to get to him, but we're going to get back to 6th place first. Find the 56 car right there, John T. Wimbish. We go back one more, and there he is. 86 machine, back in 7th, John Sanu. Which is the time of the race where I say hello to Mr. and Mrs. Sanu. We thank you for coming in and watching these things. Every race that John's in it, I assume they're here. DMS.
Yep. I'm sure hoping they're here.
So back in 8th place, we got the 00 right there. John Deere machine of Nick Hunt. So we're going to take a look at that car maybe a little bit closer. There we go. A little better look at the John Deere paint on that car. Back.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, back in 9th, you got Dave Nestor right here in the Team Brunswick machine. But he might not have that position long because Bradley Cooper in the 5 car, currently in 10th, is going to try to take the nice spot away.
Not try.
He took it.
He took it.
Let's see Burt Wilson back here in the 70 car. He's in 11th, and he's in this battle too, and so's Just Rick in the 10 car. Just Rick sitting back in the 12th position. We got the 63 of Glenn Jamison right behind all that battle, and up there, Jamison sitting in the 13th position in the Sour Patch machine. Then the 69 right here, Larry Dickerson. That might be where Nation's at. He's probably down on pit road pissing in his water cooler again.
Think he's helping him out?
I don't know why he does it, but that's the rumor I'm hearing, that he's going down pit road and just pissing in all the water coolers, DMS. Denise A., they have 3 sets after the set that they started with. So, yeah, there you go, MMO, 1 plus 3. So Jacob Daniel, 72 machine in 15. Macaulay Calkin right there. Michael McCauley in the 81 machine back in the 15th position here. We got LZ Daly's 6 machine.
And look at that lead that Richard Holland is able to stretch out
2.5 seconds. When we go back to 18th, you'll find a 2 car right here of Mike Mitchell. And I'll tell you, a driver that we were keeping an eye on in the top 10, we bragged too early, DMS, but Hal Amy's floated back here to the 19th position, man. And he's got damage on the 3 car.
He's got a lot of rear end damage.
Heavy rear end damage on the left side there, so not real sure what happened. We'll go back to 20th. We're going to find that 420 car right there, Brandon Storley.
Did we fall asleep? Did we miss something?
No, we didn't miss nothing. Why?
I'm just wondering. I'm trying to figure out how he got all that damage and us not know it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we didn't see anything happen. He maybe contact with another car or something, and they just kept going. Didn't bring out a caution. That's about all I can figure. But that car does have quite a bit of damage on it, and that rear end damage is pretty heavy. We're going to do an onboard to see. Oh yeah, look at all the wheel he's got cranked in that thing. It's not turning at all, DMS.
Nope.
The turn in that car has left the chat, man.
See you next week.
Yeah, when you're sawing on the wheel that far to the left, imagine how bad that you're wearing that right front tire. And, you know, the longer you can go on fuel when it's doing that, you take a bigger chance of blowing the right front tire out. And when it blows out, you're going to find the outside wall. It's not a matter
Quickly.
Yeah, very quick. So on board with the 420, back here in the 20th position, take a couple closer looks to his car. You see a little damage on the right rear of this machine. Not too bad, though. Not too bad.
I was going to say, I was watching Chuck Sweeney's times, and looky.
Yeah, Sweeting's the fastest car on the track right now. So Chuck Sweeting's got it dialed in right here.
And he took that number 2 spot.
He took the 2 spot away. We're going to see if he can cut down, and I'm already seeing him cut into the lead just a little bit right here. So Chuck Sweeting, 75 machine, and we got pit stops happening because the 63 Glenn Jamison just come off of pit road. So green flag pit stops are underway right now. Your leaders have not made it to pit road yet. Your race leader is the 31 of Richard Holland by 2.6 seconds. 31 machine is being stingy, DMS. He's led all 47 laps so far.
He is not wanting to share tonight.
He don't want to give it up, does he? Go back to second and third. Tommy Haynes holding on to the third position here, the 17 machine. Take a sip of my drink here and see if it comes out of my nose again, DMS.
And it looks like we've got leader heading to pit road.
Yeah, so's the third place driver right there. So Tommy Haynes bringing the 17 machine. Richard Holland in the 31. You see the 2 machine of Mike Mitchell on pit road. 75 is going to take over the lead.
He's going to get that lap.
Well, I'll tell you what, I can see what he's doing here because it's a 150-lap race. If you can hit 50 laps on a fuel run, you can cut down the number of stops right there, DMS, and not have to worry about saving on no fuel. Right?
That's right.
And he hit lap 50 right here, so I understand why the 75 did what he did. He pits again at 100, and that's the end of your pits, man.
It's over.
So here come the 75. I'd expect to come in this time, and he does. He's going to get it woed down perfectly. And Chuck Sweeting's got the 75 car on pit road. I do like this strategy. I'm not going to lie. Another guy that's on the same strategy, Dickerson, it looked like. He's on a similar strategy because he's still out on the racetrack. You see Holland with the 31 car on fresh tires right here. And we'll just have to see how this plays out. You know, how big of a lead's Richard Holland going to have after the green flag pit stops. But Dickerson in the 69 is just going to keep it out there again. Maybe fuel isn't a problem. I don't know how far they can go on a tank of fuel here. I mean, did it seem like they could go much more than 50 laps last night, or?
Well, he's going to bring it in right now.
Yep, he's on pit road right now, and he's got a black car in front of him. I'm not sure who that is, though.
I know Mike McCauley.
That's Storley right there. Brandon Storley in the 420 car. Hi, Diana. Welcome to the stream.
Hi, Diana.
McCauley's going to bring the 81 on pit road, and it's going to hand the lead back over to this driver of the 31 car. Richard Holland. New driver in second place, though. 41
That'd
machine.
Be the 41.
Yep, Michael Atkins Jr. You see the 3 car right in front of him, and man, that 3 car through that pit exchange right there is going to lose a lap. So he's going to Hal Amy going a lap down right here at Iowa Speedway. And I'm not sure what happened to the coupe, Bradley Cooper, but I'm going to guess that it was a pit road penalty because we've seen Coop in the top 10. He's dropped back here to 17th position, and he's shown 1 lap down right now. Which is usually a speeding on pit road or something.
I was just going to say he probably got caught. He fought the law, and the law whooped his ass.
Yeah, another driver having a little bit of problems probably on the pit stop. 36 car right there, Dave Nestor sitting back in the 18th position, a lap down. LZ Daly's still on pit road in a 6 car. He's a couple of laps down right now. And then 6 laps down, we got the 420 car of Brandon Storley. Storley's doing the right thing. He's making laps, man. Staying out of the way and making the laps. So once the lead got shook out here, it is 1.4 seconds between the 31 of Richard Holland and the 41 machine right here of Michael Atkins Jr. Atkins, though, don't have a lot of he's not too real far in front of this 75 car right here, Chuck Sweeting.
I'm just looking at these lap times and stuff, and I'll tell you what, even with the damage, Hal's running a pretty good lap time out there.
Hey, let me tell you something, DMS. Diana said, "Where is Nation?" Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Would you like to answer that, or let me? We don't even have to say a word. Watch this, DMS. Are you ready?
Yeah.
If you're watching the stream, there you go. There's where Nation's at. We have the mothership cam on. And Nation's in the mothership right now, hovering around Iowa Speedway. Actually, the mothership located conveniently in Newton, Iowa, about 30 miles east of Des Moines.
Yep. I think Nation's down there at the KDMS booth getting free hot dogs.
He could be. He could be. I mean, we know that he likes to hang around that booth a lot, and he usually goes down there and does that after he pisses on in everyone's water cooler down pit road. I hope you charge him double for all his stuff, DMS. Or triple.
Well, they're free, so.
Charge him double free, though.
Double free?
Yeah, double free. I'm watching this battle for second. It ain't a battle no more. Chuck Sweeting went up there, and he slapped the 41 around a little bit and took it. He's like, let me show you.
A little bit of lap traffic in front, but it looks like he's going to be able to just cozy on through there.
Yeah, he's going to carve right in between the 3 and the 5 and the 3. So you got the 5 and 3 a lap down right here. The 75 car, Chuck Sweeting, 41 there of Michael Atkins Jr., both on the lead lap.
Now we're going to take the outside and let Michael Atkins on the inside in go pass by.
Yeah, Nation always seems to be lost, Diana, and I believe that's where the WTF comment on YouTube comes from when he comes in after the race, and he puts WTF.
He doesn't really know where he's at.
He doesn't know where he's at. You're exactly right, and I don't know what that's from. Maybe old age with him. Or could it be the fact that he just rolled out of bed? Or perhaps he is lurking, just like Denise A says right there. Perhaps the feller is lurking. We're just going to call her Denise, and I'm going to call the other Denise Dee Dee. Because she changed her YouTube name to Dee Dee, so we'll just call her Dee Dee. DMS. Makes it easier on a guy.
Makes it a lot easier.
Absolutely. So that's how we're going to do that from now on. Watching the 2-car right here, and he's in the outside wall. A little bit of contact right there for Mike J. Mitchell in the 2-car.
Trying to give Richard a little bit more room, and ended up giving him way too much room.
Yeah, give him way too much room. See if he got any damage here. Don't look like it. He got into it too hard. I don't see a lot of damage right there. We know he's afraid of you, Diana. He's afraid of you and Dee Dee. We know Nation's afraid, DMS.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you pick a fight, you got to be able to back it up.
And that feller picked the fight and ran. He did. He picked a fight with Diana one night, and he has not been back in the stream with me since then.
I mean, I'm crazy, but I wouldn't even pick a fight with Diana.
Of course not. There's no reason to. You can't tell Nation that, though. I mean, we are, DMS, talking about the same guy pissing in water coolers on pit road.
That is true.
So that shows you what kind of mentality you're dealing with right there. I just don't think he cares, DMS.
Trying to see, we got Chuck trying to get the inside lead over there of Bradley Cooper, but Bradley just fighting him like tooth and nail.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see if he'd get out there, if he can get out in clean air, if he can track him down again, because, man, Richard's loving this battle right now. He's 2-second lead.
Yeah, he may be. I mean, the 75 might likely be a little bit quicker than the 5-car, but the longer he's caught around the 5, he's just going to keep losing time to the race leader here. So that's one of the things one of the bad parts about lap traffic, and we're I don't want to jinx this, but we're damn near halfway through this thing, DMS, and I ain't gonna say it, but we're 0. I'll leave it at that. We're 0. All right, we got time for through the field. Yes, we do. So let's hit the in-car right here. In-car. Richard Holland, your race leader in the 31 car. See what it's like for him to get around the track. And I'm looking at that red piece of tape in the middle of the steering wheel. And that's how I can tell how hard they're turning the car through the corner. And you barely see a whole lot of turn in that 31 car. So he's taking it easier on the tires, and I would expect to see about the same amount of wheel in the 75 machine here. Chuck Sweeting back in second, and man, he's got to get around that 5 car, because I'm watching that gap between first and second just grow and grow.
And he's running faster laps.
Yeah, he's definitely got to figure out a way to get around the lap car right there. Go back to third, and this guy's been hanging on to this spot the whole race. That's the 17, the bootlegger, Tommy Haynes, right here. He's got a little bit more wheel in it in the corner. You're exactly right. He can dish it out, but he can't take it when it's thrown back at him. He messed with the wrong woman, and he needs to stop peeing in the coolers. All of that is correct, DMS. Oh, no pee-pee. Ain't got no TP for the pee-pee.
No TP for the pee-pee.
All right, so fourth position right here. Get on board with the 41 car of Michael Atkins Jr. Got no TP for the pee-pee. And rounding out the top 5, Glenn Jamison, 63 car. Glenn having a pretty good run here. Good points night so far, and we're 1 lap past halfway officially, DMS.
Officially halfway home.
Halfway point. Oh, thank you, Diana. We're best pals, DMS. All right, so we go back to sixth position, and this driver right here, man, I'm telling you, he's working his way up there, just like we seen him doing the trucks last night. John Sanu in the 86 machine.
You definitely don't want to be marking out him. He was in the 11th spot.
Hi, Shakira. Welcome to the stream here tonight. Go back to seventh. Get on board with Burt Wilson, the Nerds number 70 machine right here. Man, Sanu's in a battle with a couple of teammates right there. 63, Glenn Jamison, 70 machine right here, Burt Wilson. Eighth position, that's where you're going to find John Sanu's teammate, the 24 car Dakota Floyd. And this is exactly the water cooler he's pissing in. Nation. The 24 team has complained about that more than any other team on the racetrack. You believe that, DMS?
Well, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
I don't know what he's got against that driver, that car, that team, but he takes it out on them.
You know, it started off with him just peeing in Larry Dickerson's.
Right, it was Larry Dickerson's, and then he went after Dakota Floyd's, and he
wasn't getting a ride from Larry anymore because Larry just went from Bud Light to cooler water, and it pretty much tastes the same.
Oh, you're exactly right. That's exactly what happened there. We're on board with the 9th place driver, though, 00 of Nick Hunt. Rounding out the top 10, this driver made it into the top 10. The 10 is in 10, and he started 10th. Oh, he's saving fuel, and, man, that car's tight. I'm not sure why.
Say hi to Mama for us.
He's definitely saving some fuel on board with the 10 machine right here in 10th. Yep, say hello to Mama Riddle for us. Go back to 11th. We're going to get on board with Larry Dickerson, and his team has reported pretty good cooler water lately. Nation's been.
That's because Nation's over at the DMS or the KDMS booth,
right?
Refilling.
He's refilling to go fill their coolers up. All right, 12th position right here on board with the man, and some of these cars are just so tight. John T. Wimbish in 12th, he's fighting it. Go back to 13th, get on board with the 72 machine of Jacob Daniels. And we're going to burn through it pretty quick back here. On board now with the 14th place car, 81 machine of Michael McCauley. I keep mixing him up with his twin, Macaulay Culkin.
It's easy to do.
Anyone could see why. And I think Macaulay just went a lap down. On the 15th, we're going to get on board with the driver of the 5 machine, Bradley Cooper. And besides the first couple of cars, Coop a little bit loose off the corner. That's what happens when you got all that wheel jacked in it to try to get it through the corner. When that right front does catch it, sends the gas end out. 16th place right here, 2 machine, Mike Mitchell. Mitchell he's having his hands full here too. Go back to 17th. We're going to get on board with America's favorite driver, DMS. Who is that?
America's favorite driver?
Well, at least the WFO YouTube stream's their favorite driver.
That would be Hal Amy in the number 3 car. Started on 8th tonight, and he's down at the 17th position, and not sure where that damage came from, but
it came from somewhere.
It came from somewhere.
We go back to 17th, get on board with the driver of the 36 car. That's going to be Dave Nestor.
18th.
17th. 18th is Jamison, so we'll get on board now with LZ Daly, and he's still sitting on pit road. So there, we got green flag pit stops going on, and I think we're going to stop through the field right now. Get back up towards the front. We got some of the guys, the 63 car pitted a little bit early.
And just like I thought, Chuck Sweeney got it around Bradley Cooper, and check it out. Less than 1 second behind. He is cranking it up and cutting that lead down and getting up there towards Mr. Richard Holland.
Yeah, you can, and Timothy, to answer your question right there, you can do a couple of things to try to help out a tight condition on a fixed setup. One of them's messing with the steering ratio, and that's probably the most common thing to do on a fixed setup is just get the steering ratio where it's comfortable for you. And the number two thing that I do it sometimes, and I know a lot of people do, is brake bias, especially on the short tracks like this, man. And if you sometimes you can just jump on the brake a little quicker and get it to rotate the rear of the car. So you'll see drivers that'll mess with that bias to try to make the brake bias to try to make it happen. And I'm assuming that, you know, probably better than half the field does that, DMS.
Well, then he got a quarter of the 3/4 of the field a lot better than me then, because
yeah, and as far as the tire pressures go there, Tim, it's a fixed setup, so that the tire pressures are going to be they're going to be fixed. They're going to be set. But obviously, if a guy's out there turning the wheel farther than another guy and heating the right front up more in particular, that tire pressure's probably going to rise more than a guy who's not pushing a car so hard in the corner. Hi, Adriana. Welcome to the stream here tonight. So Holland's his lead's fading. Just like you said, Chuck Sweeting, 75 machine. He's cut that thing down to 0.8 of a second. So what do you think happened there? You think that Sweeting got tired of having his ass handed to him this race?
I think he got tired. He's coming. He's coming for him.
Man, and I mean he's literally, but we kind of seen something similar last night in the truck race. Holland was fast early on, and then he faded back a little bit, and I'm wondering if the track might be rubbering up or changing, DMS.
It might be. Right now it's showing that Chuck round about 0.4 faster.
Yeah, Sweeting is really knocking off. He pulled a 10th off that last lap. The 75 car is a man on a mission, man. See Tommy Haynes back here a little bit farther. He's a couple tenths off of what Sweeting's running. That time they were a little bit closer. Holland at a 2.24, Chuck Sweeting at a 1.83. 0.6 of a second, separating first and second right now.
I think Holland put his phone down. He was looking at Facebook. He just out there on a Sunday cruise, and then he realized, he looked up and went, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, he put his cigarette out or spit his dip out right there. he's like, "I better get back up on the wheel.
I need to get going.
I gotta go now," because he stabilized it. And I'm looking now, and I mean, Sweeting's just a tick faster, but not really enough that it's going to show up too much. And it looks like Sweeting's going the wrong way now that lap. Holland was actually a little bit faster that last lap. So it makes you kind of wonder if the 31 might have been driving the mirror a little bit.
And we got sounds like we got Richard coming in for pits. He is unable to make it 50 laps.
Yeah, Holland not able to make it an extra 2 right there, and I know that this driver right here can. He stretched it out to 50 on the first run. He's going to hit 100 on the second pit stop, and this is going to be the final pit stop. I know for this driver.
That could be your strategy right there.
It could be, and I didn't know that fuel was going to be that big of an issue, and maybe for some of these guys it's going to turn out that way. Sweeting right now going to make lap 100 right here. So he'll no doubtably be on pit road this lap, the lap he's on now. And that's going to give him 50 laps on the run as he makes the left turn to go to pit road right here. Not sure who's in front of him, but
looks like Larry Dickerson.
It is Dickerson. So Burt Wilson's still out on the racetrack. Macaulay Culkin. I mean, my God damn, I keep mixing them up. Michael McCauley. The 81 machine. He's going to keep it out there, currently in second.
Sounds like the night just didn't get any better for the 420 car.
No, he parked it. He's been off the track for about 38 or 41 laps here, so he.
Yep. MMO just said he got blue screen and he'll be back next week. So
I got the blue screen. That's like a disease on the computer, isn't it?
Something like that, I guess.
Isn't the blue screen when the computer has AIDS?
I was thinking so, but
he might want to get that thing looked at. I think it's when a computer has Windows on it that it's this computer I broadcast on. I never have an issue with it hardly. And the other day I turned it on. I think it was Sunday. It blue screened on startup, and I never have that issue. And this computer has Windows 11 on it, and my other ones have 10 on it, and I never have an issue with them doing the blue screen, but this one does it.
So are my eyes deceiving me? Did we do a splash and go or yeah, 81 coming down pit road right now, and that's going to put Chuck Sweeney back in first place with a predominantly big lead over Richard Holland.
Holland might have had a little trouble on the pit stop because Holland actually pitted the lap before.
Yeah, I know.
2 laps before Chuck Sweeting. Maybe, you know what? Maybe Sweeting did a couple of tires there. Maybe he didn't notice significant wear on the left sides.
But he currently has 1.6, almost 1.7 seconds.
Thank you, Tim. I didn't even think about that. That is probably exactly what caused it. I'll bet it's the latest NVIDIA drivers. So 1.6 second lead now for the 75 of Chuck Sweeting, back here to second place, the 31 of Richard Holland.
And he's moving it.
Oh, I know what happened, DMS. I'm going to go on board with the 31 car. I bet he's saving fuel.
Yeah. Well,
he is.
Okay, but that doesn't make. Okay, all right, but it doesn't make any sense if Chuck can go 2 more laps further than him.
Well, we know that Chuck can make it. He can run the thing. He can run it down, man. He can make it. But he's going to have it fixed up for next week, talking about the 420 car. But Holland's definitely saving fuel right here, and the more he saves in the corner, the more Sweeting just pulls away from him. DMS.
Exactly.
Are you still scratching your head on the strategy?
I am scratching my head.
The shit got real now, didn't it? And I said if it went green that it was that would make the difference right before they made the first pit stops. Did I not?
Absolutely. And I'm still trying to figure, man, Chuck must have had a hell of a pit truck because he pitted 2 laps after and still maintained the lead.
Yeah, and Iowa's definitely not the easiest track there. So making half the race like that, you did a good job.
Now you're falling to 2.7 with lap traffic in front.
Well, I'm looking back there, and the closest one that I know can make it without savings, Burt Wilson. And he's back here in 6th, and he's literally 17 seconds behind the leader in 6th place. So we know Sweeting can make it all the way. I think Holland can too, but he's going to have to save fuel to do it. You know what I mean? Where Sweeting will go up here and check and get on board with the race leader, and I'll bet you he's not clutching it in the corner or shutting it down. Nope. He's just racing it. That makes it makes a huge difference, DMS, when you got one guy that can stay, keep the engine going, stay in the gas, and then you got another guy back here in 2nd that's clutching it in the corner.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Get on it, Chuck. Get on it.
He's doing it 3.1 seconds over Richard Holland right now. You got to go back another 4 seconds before you get to 3rd place. The 41 car, Michael Atkins Jr., riding 4th right now. You're going to see Tommy Haynes in the 17 machine. Haynes is about 3.6 behind 3rd, and he's 11 seconds behind the race leader, but he's barely ahead of the 63 car right there, Glenn Jamison. Jamison rounding out the top 5 right now. Couple of lap cars around him. The 81 of Michael McCauley, the 36 of Dave Nestor. That's the 2 lap cars you see, or there's actually one. McCauley's the only one between the 2. And he's not going to be between the 2 of them too long because I think McCauley just drove around the 17. But that wasn't for position. McCauley's running 14th. He's 1 lap down. First car 1 lap down, though, is that 5 machine of Bradley Cooper. And the 5 had a pretty fast race car. What I'm thinking happened there was, like I said earlier, I believe that first round of pit stops, the guy got the he got
the grid flag.
He did. He got the
naughty.
The bad flag, the black flag there. So
I heard him all the way up here yelling out the window, "I can't drive 55."
That's right. I can't drive. Oh, man, no problem. We like having you over here at WFO. Love all the fans that come in for you there, MMO and Talios and all the people over there. We appreciate the heck out of it. And the more laps you make, man, the more you're going to learn. The more comfortable you're going to get with these guys at WFO, and the harder you're going to push your race car.
3.6 seconds.
Oh, Hal said it best right there. Fuck that, I'm out. Yeah, I know, Brandon. What flag, he says? He got the black flag.
The black.
That's,
the black.
The black flag is what you get when you're speeding. Or maybe it was an unsafe pit entry because you can get that if you clip the grass a little bit on pit road. I've done it before, so I know that they'll give you that. But I'm watching the 10th place car right here, and he's not far behind the 9th place car, the 8th place car, so we might have some positions change around back here in the next 30 laps, DMS.
He's making that move on the inside right now.
Just so you know, MMO, all flags matter. Not just black flags matter, all flags matter. 75 of Chuck Sweeting, man. He's on a Sunday drive now. 30 laps to go. 4.4 second lead, DMS. I think
amazing.
He could take a vacation, literally, and still win the race. He might even be able to pull down pit road, grab a smoke and a drink, and still win the thing. I don't know, DMS. What would derail his lead? Don't say it. We're doing
no,
so
you
good.
almost got me there. You almost got me there.
If you say it, it'll jinx us, though. So I can't say it, but we all know what would do it. I mean, that's common. Oh, Lambo, why'd you do that? Me and DMS have purposely stayed away from doing that. Now look in the chat.
Number 10's down on pit road right now.
I don't think he could make it on fuel. I was looking at, some of these guys are in trouble when it comes to fuel. Get back here to third place, the 41 of Michael Atkins Jr. Good example. He's about 4 laps worse than Richard Holland in second is on fuel. So Lambo's trying to help Coop. He is the first one a lap down, I believe. Or at least he was. Now it's John T. Wimbish in the 56 machine.
6.3 seconds. 6.3 seconds is the space between first and second right now.
Yeah, and I'm on board with the 31. He's still saving fuel with 25 laps to go right here.
I surely hope he doesn't think Chuck's going to run out.
I'm pretty sure Chuck's not going to run out. Already went. Did you need the TP for your pee-pee?
TP for my bungo.
All right, 81 machine right there is Michael McCauley's on a mission, man. He's passing some of these guys. I think he's going to try to drive up there and get his lap back the hard way. DMS.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the first one a lap down, but Coop's actually 2 laps down now in the 5 car, so I think he might have got busted with another penalty, DMS.
He's going to learn, man. You can't do that.
The more you do it, the more they'll penalize you. Flags will fly, you won't like it, and next thing you know, you get pissed off and say, fuck it, I'm out. I'll tell you who's out of here. 75 car. Chuck Sweeting. I believe he's got a lead.
Second.
He's got a lead stretching from Newton, Iowa, all the way down to Florida.
He's in Des Moines right now getting a cup of coffee. Don't worry, he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back before it's over. Yeah, MMO. I just stand and see how far I can shoot it. He's going to have Coop's sister or wife beat him for speeding on pit road. You're not lying, Tim. He's definitely went to a different zip code right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, you are not lying there, MMO. There ain't enough money in the world to get me to live up there.
No, we're not built for that. You can get my won't get my Florida ass up there. Don't they get white shit on the ground, DMS?
From what I understand, they do.
Who needs that in their life?
You know.
Looking at Holland back here, 7.2 seconds. I mean, it's not getting better for the fella. But he's not saving no more. He's keeping the motor running through the corner now. So he's finally saved enough gas that he's got enough to go, and Who knows? Maybe he saved some tires when he did that, but 17 laps, you got to make up 7 seconds. That's a pretty big.
That's a tall order when you got a guy who's still running faster than
you. Yes. It absolutely is, and Sweeting's a couple of tenths faster the last lap alone, so. Lafson Canadian.
All right, he's going to dive to the inside of the number 2 car. He's going to make a nice clean pass. And just about ready to get lapped. Chuck Sweeting coming in there. Knocking on the door.
Go back here to Atkins and trying to see where he is compared to Burt Wilson. Somehow almost 5 seconds, but man, I'm going to go on board with the 41. I just don't know if the feller can make it on fuel. He's already 41 laps into the run, and there's 14 laps to go. So that ain't mathing out to me, DMS.
Nope. Nope.
The math is not in his favor. Burt Wilson back here in 4th. I'm not going to take a look at the lead till we get a little later in the race. For everybody but one driver, it's disappointing, DMS. And that one driver, it's awesome. Right?
You got it.
And you know that everybody from second on back is screaming for one thing. And one thing only.
Free beer at the KDMS Nation Studios.
Free beer, anything, any beer but Bud Light.
And hot dog.
You don't have no Bud Light in your coolers, do you?
No.
Got some Yingling in there? The Yingling beer?
Oh, of course.
Absolutely. Chaos. Yeah, no shit. Every time you see that 70 machine, we'll get up there again. Think you want to run to the store and get some nerds. The 00 car is definitely John Deere. Green and yellow.
Sorry.
It's running like a deer back there in the 6th position right now for Nick Hunt. But I'll tell you, he can probably crack into the top 5 if he can get by his teammate in the 17 car, the bootlegger Tommy Haynes. You see Nick using a little bit higher line right here. We've seen that last night. Some guys will be down around the bottom, some will be around the middle, and others will be right at the top. There's no rhyme or reason, is there, DMS?
Nope. Can't stand that green. Case, baby, all the way.
Moonshine will definitely get it done quicker. No doubt about it. You save money from all the beer with Moonshine. So meanwhile, back up on the farm, Chuck Sweeting and the rest of the farm animals have moved on to an entirely different planet now. Trying to trick. Who's he trying to trick to say in the flag color?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't even want to know what's going on there. And there's Hal. 31 right here. 7.98 It's just 8 seconds, man. 5 laps to go. There's only
but somebody just talked about how the pit strategy is catching up to him. So I don't know who that was.
I don't think it was the leader.
I hope not.
Well, the 41 went to pit road.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Michael Atkins Jr. went to pit road. Holland's still out there. I don't expect Holland to head to pit road. And if you look at third now, Burt Wilson, the 70 machine's right here. And Burt definitely has enough fuel. He's in better shape than anyone in the top 10. So that 70 machine right there has plenty of fuel, but the problem is he's 18 seconds behind Chuck Sweeting. Sweeting could run out of gas on the white flag and damn near coast to a win, DMS.
Look at how. I think it's a conspiracy.
I
think they're just trying to help us out.
The driver of the day votes there.
Yeah, they're going to go with Richard Holland is the driver of the day, so we only have to do 3 interviews.
Yeah, well, that's if the 31 doesn't run out of fuel. All right, so last lap, white flag, are we on? Yes, we are. Chuck Sweeting in the 75 car. 7.2 seconds, and did Sweeting run out of fuel?
No, he let Dickerson get his lap back before he runs across the finish line.
There you go, coming out of turn 4 for the final time. Driver of that 75 machine, Chuck Sweeting, gonna take it. Gonna take it to victory lane. Look at that, DMS. 75 got her done. Second place, though, this driver, your driver of the day, Richard Holland, in the 31. And Burt Wilson, right there in the 70 car, a little bit of contact as he made it across the start-finish line yet. Oh, get that black flag cleared there, Burt. Probably got one handed to you, but looks like they're going to score you in the top 3, buddy. I got a little concerned about it. 17 car, Tommy Haynes in 4th, rounding out the top 5. That's the John Deere machine, the 00 of Nick Hunt.
He actually had a very good race today.
That was good sportsmanship right there by the driver of the 75. Letting the 69 jump back on the probably the lead lap, if I had to guess. Yes, it was. Yep. So 75 machine's got just burn it down right here. I mean, you mapped it out on fuel correctly. He did it from the start, the first pit stop. We saw it when he did it. DMS.
I'm gonna ask about that pit strategy on that last pit stop, because I gotta know how in the hell he maintained the lead coming out.
I'm gonna let you start the whole interview out then. You got this. No. Yep, you got it. You need practice on it anyway. So.
Oh, look at you.
I'm gonna let you have the first interview right here. So, ready, set, take it away.
Chuck Sweeney, you got a copy? How about you, Chuck? You got a copy?
I got you. How's it going, guys?
Hey, Chuck, how you doing? DMS and Vern up here in the booth. I got to ask you, man, what did you do on that final pit stop?
Well, I had saved enough fuel the first 2 that I just kind of let it go on the last one there and ran a little bit harder.
Well, I mean, you came in, you came in, Richard Holland pitted 2 laps prior to you. You went in, pitted, and still came out in first.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if Richard had a little trouble getting in or just was being too conservative or what. I was kind of surprised by that. Well, very surprised by that, actually.
Yeah. Well,
we were shocked about it.
Did you enjoy your trip over to Des Moines to get a cup of coffee and then come back? Or, I mean, my God, 6.3 seconds. 6.3 seconds. What a job.
That's after he gave 2 seconds back, DMS.
Well, yeah, Larry wanted to finish on the lead lap, so I let him go there at the end. I just had to get the white. That was all I was worried about.
I'll tell you what, we watched the 7 last night just open up a can of whoop ass, and then tonight, for the longest time, it looked like the 31 was going to open up the can of whoop ass, and you seen those guys pit early, and you held it out on that first run. I knew what you were doing when you did it. I called it early, didn't I, DMS?
Yes, you did. He called the pit strategy, but then I was
looking at the laps literally, and I'm like, I'd hold it out till lap 50.
Yeah, about halfway through that first run, I was like, I need to save 2 laps, so I just started lifting early and using less brake, and I was still able to maintain pretty close to the same pace as Richard, and save the fuel. He pitted early, and I was like, okay, well, I think I can handle this now, unless we get a caution or something. But yeah, just I knew in practice that we were like at 47, 48 laps if you went hard. So if I just took it easy a little bit, so it's kind of easy to save a couple laps at a short track. It's harder to do at the big tracks.
Right.
Yeah, and I also noticed you got caught in behind the number 5 car, Bradley Cooper there. And I just kept thinking, because I was watching your lap times and everything else, and I was like, man, if he gets by Bradley, man, I don't think there's anything stopping him. And sure as shit, as soon as you got by, you ran him down.
Yeah, he wasn't really holding me up, and then I just kind of had to push a little bit to get by him, to get in some clean air, because I was afraid of his wearing my right front being behind him. But, he was running really hard and keeping pace there. So, but yeah, it come a time where I was afraid of his hurting the right front with the dirty air. And so I pushed a little bit, got by him.
So, you noticed the difference when you got out front there, Chuck, with the clean air on the tires?
Yeah, I notice it pretty much everywhere we go with the trucks or with these Xfinity cars. If you're behind somebody, it's definitely going to be aerotight, and because we run limited fuel on these things, you notice it, I think, a little bit more than you would if you had full fuel, because full fuel tends to free it up in the corners. But
right.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it if you're paying attention. Some tracks like California, man, you can feel it really bad. You can be right behind somebody, and just all of a sudden, bam, you hit the wall, and you don't even realize how or why.
Because the front end went away from you.
Yeah, exactly. You just totally
just quit turning. Man, I'll tell you what, though, it was
surgery.
Amazing. Just that one little strategy, and you had on a green flag race, you have to do it from the first run on fuel.
Yeah, you do.
You have to do it from the first run, and I think you played it perfectly. I seen the 70 car. He was able to hold it out a little bit longer, but by doing that, he lost so much time to the leaders. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a real art to it, to being able to keep your pace, your speed, and still save. And I've had a lot of practice over the years, and it's one of the things, at least on a short track like this, I'm pretty decent at.
Well, you definitely showed you were decent tonight, and I don't know, I would have never figured we'd get around Iowa with 21 cars and no caution flag.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking. That's why it took me till half the first run before I started saving fuel, because I didn't think we were going to stay green, but everybody did an awesome job. And hey, that's my first Xfinity win this season, I think.
I was just about to go through and check the results and work on the points here, but it could very well be. I'm going to look at the website real quick and see. Nope. Well, no. Actually, yeah, on the regular season it is, right?
Yeah, I think it's first Xfinity win.
Yeah, you won the warm-up race at Charlotte.
But but not
a points race. Nope, not a points race. So this is your first points win in the Xfinity Series. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's a big milestone right there. So, but you've been strong all season. So it was a matter of time before you found victory lane in this car.
Yeah, this track's a lot of fun to drive. I don't know if you noticed, but I think I run pretty much a different line than everybody else out there. Most guys run the middle of 3 and 4, and I run pretty much the bottom.
You run the bottom. I did notice you when you did that, and where I really noticed it was when you were behind the 5 car.
Yeah, Yeah.
The 5-car being a lap down, and did that help you out when you were behind the 5-car running the bottom and having him run up like that?
It helps me save the right front by getting down out of his draft, and so the car doesn't get tight. It also helped me save a little fuel just pacing myself behind him. Even though he was running a fast pace, it allowed me to lift a little bit, not push hard, and then save that extra lap just to make sure. But yeah, I don't know. I used to run the very top at Iowa years ago, and now it seems like the bottom just works better for me. Maybe it's the setups and the cars or something. I'm not sure what's changed.
That's weird. I know when we were doing the through the field, I always put it on the in-car camera, and man, it was interesting seeing how much wheel you and Holland, how much less wheel you and Holland was putting in the steering wheel in the corner versus what a lot of the other drivers were doing. And the farther back I went, it looked like those guys were just sawing it all away.
Yeah, they're probably just driving it in too deep. You gotta, most of the tracks we run on, especially tonight, it's all about your straightaway speed. When you can get on the throttle and it's not tight, you'll carry that speed all the way down the straightaway to where a lot of guys think you drive it in deep and you gain a tenth there, but that kills your right front and really hurts you on the long run. Plus, you don't have the straightaway speed, so you just got to back up your corners and get that good run off the corner and down the straightaway, and you can carry speed and not hurt your right front too bad.
Man, that's a great piece of advice right there. And when you can hear that from the winner of the race, then it means even more. Chuck, you got anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth here tonight?
Just the usual. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to Michael. Everybody that puts this thing together. Thanks to Hal AV Contracting for supporting the league, and just happy to get my first win tonight.
Well, not only did you get that, I'm going to go ahead and get the points updated. So
awesome.
You're going to be able to check that in just a minute if I learn how to spell. Nope, I got the spelling right, it looks like. I just can't find the track now. There we go. So points are updated right now. So if you want to go check that out, you can. But we'll see you next week, Chuck.
Congratulations, Chuck.
Thank you. I'm not sure where we're running next week. Do you remember?
I'm going to tell you real quick because I'm on the website. We are headed to New Hampshire.
Another short track, big short track.
Yeah, the big short track, the 1 mile.
Yeah, well, that'll be fun. That's not one of my best tracks, so we'll see how that goes.
Get you a little practice in this week, man, and good luck to you.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks a lot, guys. Y'all have a great night.
You too.
You too,
Chuck.
Thank you.
So Chuck Sweeting right there, race winner. Good guy. We're going to go find our second place driver. You think he'll talk to us tonight?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will.
Richard Holland. We got you up in the broadcast booth with Vernon DMS. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you.
So if you could have that race to do again, what would you do different?
Now knowing that it was going to go caution free, I guess I would have saved a little bit of fuel the first 2 runs.
Who would have ever guessed that would happen, Richard?
Not me. Not me. Matter of fact, I said that at the beginning. I said I'm not going to even bother trying to save because we're going to have a caution at some point. It's going to reset this whole thing. So I didn't bother.
Man, and I know that's a heartbreaker. You led 92 of 150 laps here at Iowa tonight. And it looked like you were the class of the field, man.
She was cooking out front. She liked it.
She liked that fresh air, huh?
She did. She did, yeah.
So what happened on the last pit stop? Anything abnormal? Because, I mean, we were up in the booth just absolutely scratching our head how Chuck came in 2 laps after you and still maintained the first place when he came out.
Yeah, well, I was first when I pitted, and then he got by. He came out in front of me. I think he just got on pit road better than me, to be honest with you. I hate pit road here. It's such a I don't know if you.
It's a hard one to get on.
Yeah. You kind of come down, and then you have to make like a 90-degree turn at the end of the inside wall.
Right.
And I'm always afraid I'm going to overdrive it, so I'm way cautious getting in there. And
gotcha.
I even tried practicing it during practice, and it probably helped a little bit, but not that great. I think you find if you go back and watch it, he probably torched me getting on pit road.
Yeah, it's clearly, and Holland's right about that one, DMS. I mean, this is clearly probably one of the toughest pit roads you'll get on.
Yeah.
Well, it was a fantastic race, and you guys raced it clean and all the way. But I mean, it just to see you lead as many laps as you were by the amount of time that you were leading, and then to come in second at 6.3 seconds, it was like, what happened? I just wanted to make sure that car was running right and everything was running right.
Yeah, I mean, I had a good pit stop and everything. It's just getting on pit road. I think you'll find if you go back and watch it. I think Chuck probably, I think he kicked my ass getting on pit road. If you go back and watch it, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, Chuck was right there. He was right. He kind of gained a bunch on me that one run, and I don't know. I was just playing the strategy. I just figured there was going to be a caution at some point, and then we got to the end of that second run, and I was like, ugh. I had to pit on lap 98. I was like, this is not going to be good if we don't get a caution here. So, but I don't know. I mean, you can't take anything away from Chuck. I mean, he's very, very fast, consistent, smooth. He works the strategy. He's kind of got the complete package. So, he doesn't make mistakes. So, when you're racing with someone like that, it's hard to beat. So
yeah, and he had mentioned too that during his interview that when he noticed you going in around 49, he was like, "Okay, I think we got this."
Yeah,
because he was able to stretch it out 50 to 51.
I'd love to pick his brain and find out what he was doing because he wasn't off the pace saving. He was saving somehow, but he wasn't off the pace doing it. So I don't know if he was just lifting earlier and letting it roll down in there, and I was driving it in deeper. I don't know what was going on, but he had it figured out from lap one. Whatever he was doing worked. So, and
well, you know what? A number two spot and a podium spot and driver of the day over at Iowa is nothing to sneeze at.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, we'll take second. There's no doubt, but Vern knows how that is, man. You lead 92 laps at a place that you've actually never won at.
It's a heartbreaker. It really is.
Here. I've never won here in a league race, and I wanted to win here, and I thought we might have one, but it is what it is. We'll take it. It's a great run, and
it's momentum.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah, that's
and
right.
I know that New Hampshire next week's a good track for you, man.
Yep. We've run well there. Yep.
So,
and like I said, you get beat by a guy like Chuck. I mean, what are you supposed to do? You just take it and say, well, it is what it is. So.
Well, you guys are two of the toughest competitors in the Xfinity series, and Chuck got his first win of the season tonight. You were close to nailing your first win of the season in the car. So maybe New Hampshire will be that.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm pretty sure he's really good there too. But it's hard to believe this was his first win. As well as he's run. But yeah, I mean, I want to say that having Deadman in here, man. I listened to the broadcast. It really kind of adds a little something to the broadcast there, Vern. I don't know what it is, but man, it's
yeah, you had a professional commentator.
Yeah. No, it's just I don't know. You guys, I guess the best way to say it is you guys really work well together, and he just brings a little something to the table that Nation don't bring. Let's just say that.
Oh man.
Ouch.
Damn.
Ouch.
Nation just got squashed.
Check, please. Check, please.
Well, what I meant by that was he shows up.
He shows that you're
God.
Holland, you're not lying.
Jesus.
You're not lying with that one.
Man, I feel like I just got a left and a right from Tyson all at once.
You're not the one getting. You're not getting beat on that one. Nation is.
Oh, I know, but I'm feeling it for Nation. I mean, those are some pretty hard hits.
No, but on a serious note, man, you bring a lot to the broadcast, and
thank you.
WFO's lucky to have you here this season.
Absolutely.
You guys do a great job.
I couldn't agree more with that, Holland.
Sorry, but I do got to take a minute and thank the fans. Amy Nation, I love you guys. I don't know. I love the support they give us. The whole team, really, myself. I don't even know what to say to them guys, but love you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for being there for us and supporting us, and we'll try to get you guys a win here pretty soon.
Well, there you go. That is the number 31 car of Richard Holland finishing second place tonight. What a fantastic place, man. Can you believe that? We talked to him last night. He was driver of the day, and then again tonight. What an outstanding driver.
Yep. Richard, have a good night, buddy. Good luck to you next week.
Thanks. Appreciate it, guys.
Well, we got one more interview now. We kicked off 2 right then and there.
Do
you see that?
We're gonna get
the
driver. Yeah, we got through 2. We're gonna find that driver of the Nerds machine now.
Do they even sell Nerds anymore?
I believe they do.
I mean,
let me get him moved up here. Bert Wilson, driver of that number 70 Nerds machine. You got a copy, buddy?
I sure do, Vern. How you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. Good run for you. Sat it on the podium tonight. Tell us about your race.
I thought it was going to be a big steaming pile of dog shit, to be honest. So, I was running in way too deep in practice and stuff, and so I just was conscious the whole race to not run in deep, and I could only make the bottom work, and no one was down there. It took me a while, but I think I passed more people tonight than I have all season. So it worked out for me. And then, the fuel mileage I was testing, I didn't think we could get 50, but, once they said, once I saw I still had 10 laps at what I was planning on pitting at 40, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So stretch that out. I think I still had 3 or 4 to the good at the end of the race, but
very nice.
So, yeah, I didn't know how many people stretched it to 50, but so I was resigned to 4th, but then Michael had to pit, so I think that's who was in 3rd. So I was a mile behind the 1st and 2nd, but I was going to be happy with top 10, so I'm
going to be honest with you, Bert. I mean, at first, probably the first 90 laps or 80 to 90 laps, I really didn't see or pay attention exactly how far up you were moving, and then just right there towards about 100 laps. I mean, there you were, and it was like, okay, yeah, well, I mean, we're gonna get through these pits, and we're gonna get through these pit stall. These cars are gonna get pitted up and everything else, and and when we looked at it, I was just, wait a minute, Bert Wilson's still in the top 5.
Well, I mean, and this was a green flag race, Bert. There was no caution flags, and you drove from the 16th starting position to 3rd.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
That's an impressive run.
It's pretty hard to pass here, especially if you're running the high line and everybody's running the high line. But I mean, I ran the low line pretty much the whole damn race, so it's like I knew what my line was, and we're just patient. I think me and Sanu, I don't know how long we were side by side, 15 laps there in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
Just neither one, he was getting the run off, and you had to time it and get beside him off, and then you could fly into the next corner and, slide job him basically. But it was really fun racing with him and Glenn, and there was a bunch of us there battling all night. So, everybody you're seeing down there in our room. So I was surprised it went green, the way this handled compared to the truck, but it seems Xfinity runs better, cleaner. So I'm glad it went green. There was some goofing around at the end. It's like, oh, you bastards, don't bring out a caution now. I don't want that. But thanks to you and everybody that puts this together, Macaulay and Hal and DMS. And good job filling in there. I guess you're kind of full time now. You're not really filling in anymore, are you?
Yeah.
He's not only full time. That's going to be your main commentator in the future.
Well, you're almost as good a commentator as you are a racer.
Ouch! Ouch!
Oh,
there we go.
Did you feel that one, DMS? I think you took it right in the balls, literally.
Yeah.
I'm kidding you, man. You're doing a good job commentating. So
Nation,
it's a lot easier for 2 of you to be in there, get some different insight and stuff. So
appreciate it is
being in the booth.
It definitely is, and I'm glad that you noticed that. And DMS he picks up on stuff that I don't catch, and I think vice versa. I do that for him. So
just like to remind the live button.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he's getting used to that now, Bert. So
yeah, I didn't have to hit that once tonight.
We've almost got him broke in now.
And if I can just figure out the replay.
I commentated a couple of races for fun, and yeah, it's kind of a bear trying to figure out what's going on and, keep up with the action, who's pitting, who's not. So
right.
It's not necessarily an easy job, but appreciate you being up there.
Man, it's not an easy job starting 16th and driving up to 3rd either, but you did it.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. It's definitely not an easy job what you had to do tonight, but man, that was fantastic. And a top 3 at Iowa. So, I mean, you can't complain about that.
Oh, hell no. I was resigned to being happy if I even got into the top 10. So, I was driving like a whoop pup, and I guess it paid off, which is Iowa. Easy in, fast off, right?
Yep, easy in, fast off. And if you don't do it that way, you won't have a right front left.
And you're going to leave that wide open, and I've got to watch myself. Easy in and fast off. Yeah. Anyway.
Those were both my nicknames in college.
Down. That's pretty much my nickname my entire life.
Well, it was definitely fun. This is a good bunch of racers. Everybody in here, even the new guys, they're respectful and they don't try to push their bounds. Nobody races outside what they can do, and everybody gives everybody room. So. Fun group of guys to race with. Really like it. I really would like to get a win so I could lock myself into the All-Star, at the pace it's going, I may not be in the chase if different people keep winning. Damn it!
Oh man, you're in good shape on that. I was just looking at the points a second ago. You're sitting 2nd in points, Bert. You're having a great season, and I'll tell you what, man. I think the win is. I think it's coming soon.
Well, I hope so. I just keep doing what I can do, and hopefully it works out. But, Chuck and Richard, they're on another level sometimes, and then you get Benjamin and a few of them others in there go on a tear, and they make it really hard. But, hey, I'm not here for a cakewalk. I'm here to race hard and have fun, and that's what the league gives us. So appreciate it.
We can always start looking towards New Hampshire next week.
That's right.
New what? New fucking what?
New fucking what? I was thinking the track more for Bert would be Kansas, probably.
Well, yeah, but that's 3 races down the road.
I know.
We still got to deal with New Hampshire and Watkins Glen.
We're gonna get one that fits his driving style good. So Rockingham, Bert.
Oh, no. Kansas is always fun, but that's. How bad do you use the tires versus how fast do you want to go? And
exactly.
Last time I lucked out on fuel mileage, so I think that was my last win in the Arcas. But
we're old school too. We remember when Kansas was nothing but wall riding.
I'm so glad that's not the case because I didn't even wall ride then.
That's all it used to be was wall riding.
I just end up a wallflower if I have to wall ride. So.
Oh, Bert, you got. Well, I think there's some good tracks left for you this season. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I figured out the Roval, and then you switch cars and quit running the track. So I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, we changed some stuff around from time to time, and I don't know. You guys can put suggestions in. Maybe we'll see that come back next season in place of Watkins Glen.
Yeah, McCulley opened all that up. He's getting ready for the next season, so give him suggestions. I don't care where we race, even if it's Darlington. I loathe Darlington. It's like one groove against the wall, so
right.
I'm terrible there. So even if it's there, whatever, except for maybe Bristol Dirt or something.
Martinsville.
I don't care.
Man, New Hampshire's one of those tracks, Bert. If you get it, you got it. And that's a track that I like to drive it in the corner a little bit harder and let the car kind of drift up towards the middle and then drive it down off the corner.
Yeah, I can get around New Hampshire, but I'm not consistent enough. And then, in deep, I'm okay. In deep, I'm okay. In deep, I pushed up. Oops, sorry. So sorry, whoever that was. I just punted to the wall.
Yeah,
So.
I didn't mean it that way, but and it does happen there. I mean that's one of the things. But you guys just do a phenomenal job, especially in the Xfinity car. If you look at a track like Iowa tonight, I mean, he had 20 cars start and no caution flags in 150 laps.
They were
And
trying
it was
at
a
the
great
end.
race.
It's
They
impressive.
were trying at the end. Cost me my no incident bonus, but
I saw that. I saw that. You didn't get a black flag, did you?
No, I crossed the line in the grass.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to make
Otherwise,
sure.
I would have been the last car on the lead lap. Otherwise,
Well, we'd
I'd
have rescored that one. I'd have rescored that if that happened to you, because I seen exactly what happened, and it looked like it was right when you were before you got to the start finish line.
Yeah. Thank goodness I had a couple of seconds on fourth. So it is what it is. Shit happens.
Little bit of a cushion, man. And I'll tell you what, if you look at the chat on the stream, if you rewatch this thing, look at the live chat, because it never fails. Your paint job always gets complimented.
You like that purple satin tonight?
The guy, one of the guys said he was headed to the store. He said, "I'll see you later. I got to go to the store and get some nerds."
Right on.
So you're selling product for them. They should be paying you for that.
That's right.
So you have to.
I should.
You have to send them to the stream. What do you think about that, DMS? Nerds owes them, don't they?
Yes, absolutely.
I got a couple other Willy Wonka paints, but I just don't like them as well as the Nerds and Glenn's Sour Patch.
Yeah, I love the paint on both your guys' cars. It's awesome, man.
And I got to mix up the base. I get tired of driving the same old scheme all the time. So.
Well, this is probably the second or third one I've seen on there this season, isn't it?
Oh, they change about every week, unless I'm just bored and I just throw the fade on there.
The chrome's not on it this week.
It's more of a 75% chrome, 25% rough.
Right.
So it gives it more of a brushed aluminum look and more of a satin look. The purple looked kind of satin.
Yeah, it looks more satin.
But I like to mix it up. When I'm bored, I paint, and I probably paint 10 paint jobs and run one of them.
There you go. Gives you something to do, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Bert, we wish you the best of luck next week at New Hampshire, man. And
thank you.
Hopefully we'll get you back in the booth again next week.
Well, it was certainly a surprise tonight. It's always fun talking with you guys.
It is, man. Always a breath of fresh air to get you in here, even though DMS had to take a beating there.
It was just one shot. Okay, so it was a kill shot, like
it was a kill shot, though. I mean, it was,
but it wasn't the beating that Nation took when Holland was in here. DMS.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So Nation got slammed harder than the outhouse door. You just got kicked in the balls.
Yeah.
Bert, have a good night, man.
All right, you too.
Well, there we go. That's going to do another beautiful race tonight, and caution free.
It was caution 150 laps at Iowa. Caution free.
Yeah. There was a couple of them. A couple times.
That is insane. I mean, just insane to see that at the short track. But go over the results real quick, and I'm buzzing through it. I'm probably not even going to throw you under the bus. I'm going to go through it so fast.
That's to be a first.
You know who won at 75? Chuck Sweeting, 31. Richard Holland, second. Burt Wilson, 70 car in third. Fourth was 17 of Tommy, the bootlegger Haynes. 00 Nick Hunt in fifth. The 69 of Larry Dickerson in sixth. Seventh, 24 Dakota Floyd back at eighth. 63 of Glenn Jamison. Michael McCulley's 81 in ninth. John T. Wimbish in 10th place in the 56 car. Go to the next 10 on 11th. Just Rick right there in the 10 car. 41 of Michael Atkins Jr. 12th, 13th. Johnson, who's 86 car. Bradley Cooper in 14th in the 5. The 72 of Jacob Daniels in 15th. 16th, the number 2 car, Mike Mitchell. Dave Nestor's 36th and 17th. And 18th was the 3 of Hal Amy. 19th, the 420 car of Brandon Storley. And LZ Daly. And the 6 car is going to round out the field in the 20th position. Oh, nope, 21st. Vernon Markheim in the 23 car. I don't even think he turned a lap, but
yeah, I don't.
But
I don't
he
think
was
so.
he was in the session at the start of it, so we're gonna score him tonight on the results page. DMS man, it's always a pleasure having you in the booth.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for showing up tonight. It was a blast. Great race, great fans, great night. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank everybody. We'll see you next